Sony Michel is eligible to return this weekend. I'm Mariah, Janos, joined by Evan Lazar. Now, he's able to come back. Does this mean anything, and what does it mean for Damien Harris?
Well, I think Patriots fans are sick of hearing about Sony Michel. I think most of them view him as a failed first-round pick. I put it in quotations because that's other people talking, not me talking. But when you actually watch his last game, he ran the ball 9 times for 117 yards against the Vegas Raiders. That's 13 yards per carry for those keeping track at home, and he's actually been one of the better running backs after contact on the Patriots roster, the best running back after contact. So for all the talk about Sony not being a very elusive ball carrier, not being a very explosive ball carrier, well, the last time we saw him on the field, he had runs of 48 and 38 yards, and he was making yards after contact and making people miss. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that he had Damien Harris breathing down his neck and sort of pushing him a little bit more to perform a little bit better. So again, we can get into Sony versus Damien Harris and who should really be playing, but I think that from what we've seen from Sony this season, he's actually been a lot better than Patriots fans are giving him credit for.
Yeah, I think we've definitely seen his kind of sense of urgency when he was playing and healthy. Now, you kind of touched on it. If it was your decision to make, who do you think should be playing?
Well, I would play Damien Harris because I feel like he's a little bit faster through the hole. He shows a little bit more burst and acceleration into the second and third level of the defense, so that some of those runs that maybe Sony would get 4 or 5 yards on, that's still a nice gain for the offense, but you're not looking for those all the time. You want some of those 20-plus yarders, and I think Damien Harris has that sort of acceleration and burst, like I said, explosiveness, a little bit more so than Sony. And the other thing is in the passing game. Now, obviously, neither one of these guys, with Rex Burkhead and James White on the roster, are going to be featured pass-catching backs. They have other guys to do that role. But Josh McDaniels spoke about Damien Harris's development as a blitz pickup, as a blocker, and then therefore as a pass catcher as well, and being able to keep him on the field a little bit more in those types of situations every single week. So I think he gives you a little bit more versatility. It maybe gives you a little bit more open field acceleration and athleticism. But I still think the Patriots are going to incorporate Sony Michel just a little bit into the mix, and maybe that's a little bit of stubbornness that they don't want to give up on a first-round pick, but I actually think he deserves it based off of how he was playing before this injury.
Yeah, hopefully it didn't hinder him too much, but we'll see what happens. For all of our Patriots coverage, head to clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel over at Patriots Press Pass.